I took a back road during lockdown. Something followed me home. My name isn't important anymore. What matters is what happened to me and what still follows me when the road goes quiet. For a long time after that night, my thoughts didn't work right. Sounds felt too loud. Silence felt hostile. I'd sit alone and suddenly feel like I wasn't alone at all, like something was waiting for me to look away. I've learned to live with it now, but I will never be the person I was before. This happened during the nationwide lockdown when the world felt hollowed out. Highways were empty. Towns shut their doors. People were afraid to stand close, afraid to breathe the same air. I was working a contract job far from my family in a remote stretch of the American Southwest, one of those places where cell service fades and the land stretches flat and merciless in every direction. When the shutdown was announced, everyone was sent home. I left just before sunset, driving my own car. I remember feeling relieved, confident. I thought I'd be home before midnight. I had no idea how wrong I was. The first half of the drive was uneventful. Empty roads, abandoned gas stations, the occasional flicker of headlights far off in the distance. I stopped at a roadside diner around 9, ate alone, and waited out a passing storm. Nothing felt strange yet. That came later. By the time I pulled back onto the highway, it was close to 11. Snow began falling, soft at first, then heavy enough to blur the edges of the road. The radio crackled and died. My phone lost signal. Then I saw the barricades. Flooding had washed out the main road ahead. Reflective signs funneled traffic away, but there was no traffic left, just me, and one alternative route marked on an old, weather-beaten sign. Locals used to talk about that road. They said it was cursed. They said people got lost on it, even when the map said it was straight. I never believed stories like that. I told myself that criminals probably spread those rumors to keep travelers away, so I turned onto the road. The world seemed to narrow the moment I did. No streetlights, no houses, no sound but my tires cutting through wet gravel and snow. That's when I saw the cat. It stepped into my headlights without fear, a black shape against the white road, sitting calmly in the center as if it had been waiting. Its eyes reflected red, not the normal glow you see in animals, but something deeper, steadier. Watching. I honked, the sound echoed too long. The cat didn't flinch. It slowly turned its head and stared straight at me. A chill ran through my arms. I laughed it off, nervous, forced, and honked again. Only then did it slip into the brush, vanishing like smoke. I drove on. Minutes later, my car lurched violently and died. No warning, no sputter, just silent. I stepped out into the cold, heart pounding, and checked everything I could. Nothing was visibly wrong, no leaks, no smoke, no answers. That's when I noticed the light. A faint glow far down the road, warm, steady, human. Relief washed over me. I locked the car and started walking toward it. The road felt longer than it should have. Halfway there, the sound hit me. A scream. Not human, not animal, something in between. I spun around and shined my phone's flashlight behind me. The cat stood there again. Closer this time. Its eyes were burning red, unblinking, and its mouth was open just enough to show teeth that looked too long. I backed away and kept walking. The light vanished. I stopped, confused, heart racing, and that's when I saw her. She stood in the middle of the road as if she'd always been there. A woman dressed in white, hair hanging loose, moving even though the air was still. Her eyes caught the light like glass. Despite the fear clawing at my chest, seeing another person brought a twisted sense of relief. I asked her if there was help nearby, a garage, a house, anything. She smiled and said, "What do you mean deserted? Can't you hear how alive this place is?" Her voice sounded wrong, like it echoed inside my head instead of the air. She pointed back toward my car and told me there was a service road leading to a workshop. I thanked her and turned away. The road wasn't there. I walked back and forth, panicking, calling out to her. When I turned around, she was sitting on the trunk of my car, laughing. Her laughter layered over itself, high, shrill, fractured, until it sounded like dozens of animals screaming at once. Her fingers stretched too long, nails curving into sharp, black claws. She pointed again. This time the road appeared. I didn't question it. I pushed my car until my arms burned and reached a small, dimly lit workshop tucked impossibly close to where I'd broken down. The moment I looked back, she was gone. Only the cat remained, sitting in the shadows, watching. A boy no older than 14 tapped my shoulder and asked if I needed help. His eyes were tired, too tired for a kid that age. They fixed my car quickly, offered me a place to stay. Something told me not to. I left immediately. As I drove, I saw her again, standing in the road ahead, then in my rearview mirror. The shadow of a cat stretched across the pavement behind me, keeping pace no matter how fast I went. Then things got worse. Figures appeared along the roadside, processions of people dressed for weddings with no faces, shapes that cried without mouths, things that leaned too close to the windows, whispering. I prayed out loud until my voice broke. Eventually, everything stopped. At dawn, a shepherd flagged me down and guided me to safety. I returned later, desperate for answers. He told me the truth. The woman and the cat were the same being. A spirit born of violence and despair. Long ago, she was betrayed by a traveler, left broken, forgotten. She took her own life on that road, and now she walks it forever, guiding men who mean harm and destroying them. Those who ignore her are spared, but never unchanged. I don't drive that road anymore. And when I see a black cat watching me from the dark, I never look back.